Welcome to History Unveiled, where we dive deep into the mysteries and legends of our past. Today, we're exploring one of America's most enduring and controversial myths, the story of the mound builders and the fabled ancient giants said to have constructed vast earthworks long before modern civilizations took hold. For centuries, tales of colossal structures built by lost peoples have captivated imaginations, fueled by sensational newspaper articles and romantic theories that have echoed through history. But as modern archaeology and critical scholarship have evolved, so too has our understanding of these mysterious mounds. In this video, we'll journey through the evolution of the mound builder myth, from its origins in early 19th century America to the rise of pseudoarchaeology in modern times, and consider why these ideas continue to persist. In the next 20 minutes, we'll examine how early accounts shaped the narrative of a lost race of giants, the stark contrast between sensationalist tales and rigorous modern scholarship, the impact of pseudoarchaeology on public imagination, and finally, we'll hear from experts about how myths like these shape our cultural view of the past. So, if you're ready to uncover the secrets of America's lost peoples and the giants they were once thought to be, stay tuned as we unravel the layers of myth and history. The story of the mound builders begins in the early 19th century. As European settlers expanded across North America, they encountered impressive earthen mounds scattered throughout the Midwest and eastern United States. These structures, some rising as high as 100 feet, were an enigma to many who lacked a written record of their origin. At the time, the dominant narrative among many Euro-American settlers was that these mounds could not have been built by the Native American tribes they encountered. Instead, they were attributed to a mysterious lost race, often described as a people of giant stature, endowed with superior engineering and cultural practices. Early accounts, fueled by a mix of genuine wonder and racial biases, depicted these ancient builders as giants, or a vanished civilization whose legacy had been almost deliberately erased from history. Newspaper articles of the day often carried sensational headlines. Stories were printed in vibrant, dramatic language, suggesting that these mounds were the remnants of a glorious, forgotten era, one in which colossal beings roamed the land and left behind evidence of their grandeur. These accounts captivated the public imagination, lending an aura of mystery and intrigue to what were in fact the works of indigenous cultures that had thrived for thousands of years. The impact of these early theories was profound. For many Americans, the mounds were symbols of a lost, almost mythic past, a past that evoked both awe and a sense of otherworldliness. The idea that giants had once built these structures added an element of the fantastical to American history. Scholars like Squire and Davis in the mid-1800s attempted to document these earthworks systematically. Their seminal work, Ancient Monuments of the Mississippi Valley, 1848, while monumental in its own right, was sometimes interpreted through the lens of the lost race theory. Their meticulous surveys inadvertently provided fodder for those who would later claim that these monuments were beyond the capability of contemporary Native Americans. In this era, the myth was further bolstered by the works of authors and travelers who described the mounds as relics of a forgotten civilization. Often, their narratives intermingled documented history with folklore and speculation, creating a rich, albeit distorted, tapestry of American prehistory. However, as the discipline of archaeology emerged and matured, scholars began to challenge these early assertions. Through careful excavation, radiocarbon dating, and cultural analysis, researchers established that the mounds were indeed built by the ancestors of today's Native American peoples. Modern archaeological studies have revealed the incredible complexity of these societies. Complexity that includes intricate trade networks, advanced agricultural practices, and impressive social organization. Rather than the handiwork of a mythical race of giants, the mounds are now understood as the monumental legacy of indigenous cultures who meticulously engineered these structures for ceremonial, social, and astronomical purposes. In the face of such evidence, the lost race theory gradually fell out of favor within academic circles. Yet, the myth endured in popular culture, its allure undiminished by scholarly critique. This enduring fascination with lost civilizations and ancient giants remains a potent force even today. Some of the most influential accounts came from early travelers and journalists. These narratives often contained hyperbolic descriptions of the mounds, referring to them as monuments of the gods, or traces of a giant race. The sensationalism was part of a broader cultural phenomenon where myth and history intermingled in the American imagination. For example, some writers described the mounds as evidence of an advanced civilization that predated even the earliest European explorers. They argued that the scale and precision of the constructions were too sophisticated to have been achieved by the simple, nomadic tribes known to be present at the time of European contact. In reality, these descriptions often reflected the biases and limited understanding of the era. Native American societies were frequently underestimated by European settlers and scholars alike, a trend that has had long-lasting implications for how history is interpreted and taught. As we move into the next segment, we'll explore how these early accounts, despite being largely debunked by modern archaeology, continue to inspire modern pseudo-archaeological theories and capture the public's imagination. Despite overwhelming evidence from rigorous archaeological research, the myth of the mound builders has experienced a resurgence in some circles. Pseudoarchaeology, the practice of using flawed or selective interpretations of archaeological data to promote extraordinary claims, has found fertile ground in the enduring allure of ancient giants and lost civilizations. This resurgence is not just a matter of historical curiosity. It reflects a broader cultural tendency to prefer the mysterious and the fantastic over the prosaic realities of scientific inquiry. Pseudo-archaeologists often cherry-pick evidence, reinterpret findings, and sometimes even manipulate historical documents to support their theories. Their narratives are compelling, tapping into a deep-seated desire for mystery and wonder in our collective past. Modern proponents of pseudo-archaeology have been inspired by the early accounts of the mound builders. Figures such as Eric von Daniken and, more recently, authors like Graham Hancock have popularized the idea that mainstream history has been blind to a grand, hidden truth, a truth that suggests that ancient America was once home to a race of giants with advanced technologies far beyond our own. These theories often emphasize anomalies in the archaeological record, suggesting that conventional explanations are insufficient. Instead of embracing the nuanced, evidence-based interpretations offered by modern archaeology, pseudo-archaeological narratives lean towards dramatic and simplistic conclusions. The allure of these stories is undeniable. They promise mystery, adventure, and a sense of rediscovering what has been lost to time. The media has played a crucial role in perpetuating these myths. From early newspaper articles to modern documentaries and even blockbuster movies, the story of lost civilizations and ancient giants has been a recurring theme. This portrayal in popular media has helped cement these ideas in the public consciousness. Television programs and films often take creative liberties, merging speculative theories with historical facts to create engaging narratives. While these productions are entertaining, they sometimes blur the line between fact and fiction, making it challenging for viewers to distinguish between validated research and creative reinterpretation. One of the reasons pseudo-archaeology endures is its psychological appeal. Humans are naturally drawn to stories that challenge our understanding of history, particularly those that promise hidden truths and secret knowledge. The idea that there might be more to our past than what is recorded in textbooks is incredibly alluring. The notion of a lost race of giants resonates with our collective sense of wonder and curiosity. It invites us to question established narratives and to imagine that our history is far more complex and mysterious than we might think. Even when confronted with robust evidence to the contrary, the romantic allure of these ancient myths can be difficult to shake. The academic community has not been silent on the subject. Scholars and archaeologists have repeatedly cautioned against the dangers of pseudo-archaeology. They argue that such theories not only distort our understanding of the past but also undermine the hard-earned knowledge of generations of researchers. Critics point out that pseudo-archaeology often relies on selective data and ignores the broader context of cultural and historical developments. By dismissing the intricate social, economic, and environmental factors that shaped ancient societies, these theories present an oversimplified, and ultimately misleading, picture of our past. Yet, despite these criticisms, the myth of the mound builders and ancient giants continues to find a receptive audience. It serves as a reminder that while modern archaeology has advanced significantly, the allure of mystery and the unknown remains a powerful force in our culture. To further understand the impact of the mound builder myth, we reached out to experts in the fields of archaeology, anthropology, and cultural studies. Their insights shed light on how these myths have influenced our understanding of history and why they continue to captivate audiences. Dr. Elaine Marshall, archaeologist, says, "The mound builder myth is a fascinating case study in how cultural narratives can persist despite contrary evidence. Early accounts were steeped in a mix of awe, misunderstanding, and even prejudice. Today, our work in uncovering the true origins of these mounds not only helps us understand indigenous cultures but also challenges the narrative that history is static. It's a dynamic interplay between myth and reality." Professor James Carter, cultural historian, told us, "Myths like that of the mound builders play a significant role in shaping our collective memory. They remind us that the way we view the past is often colored by the present's values and prejudices. While modern scholarship has debunked many of the early misconceptions, the myth itself has taken on a life of its own in popular culture. The persistence of the mound builder myth, and indeed, myths about ancient giants, raises important questions about how we construct historical narratives. Myths are more than just fanciful stories, they are powerful tools that shape collective identity and influence how societies remember their past. These legends can serve as bridges between generations, connecting modern audiences with an imagined past that is both grand and mysterious. They also highlight the tensions between scientific inquiry and the human desire for wonder. Even as archaeological evidence paints a clearer picture of the ingenuity of indigenous cultures, the myth of a lost race of giants continues to evoke a sense of wonder and possibility. Beyond academic debates, the legacy of the mound builder myth has had real-world implications. It has influenced everything from national identity to the policies surrounding the preservation of ancient sites. The narrative of lost civilizations has often been co-opted to serve modern agendas, sometimes overshadowing the achievements of those who actually built these impressive structures. For Native American communities, the myth of the mound builders has been a double-edged sword. On one hand, it has contributed to a romanticized and sometimes distorted view of their ancestors' accomplishments. On the other, it has sparked interest and led to efforts to preserve and celebrate indigenous heritage. Understanding the true origins of the mounds is not just an academic exercise, it's a matter of cultural respect and historical justice. Our experts unanimously agree that while pseudoarchaeology can be entertaining, it is essential to approach historical narratives with a critical eye. They emphasize the importance of distinguishing between the rigor of scholarly research and the allure of sensational speculation. Dr. Elaine Marshall said, "Pseudoarchaeology often capitalizes on our desire for mystery. While it's important to engage with these narratives, we must also be vigilant about the implications of distorting historical facts. When myths overshadow evidence-based research, it can lead to a broader misunderstanding of our past." Professor James Carter suggested, "The enduring popularity of these myths, despite the overwhelming archaeological evidence, suggests that history is not just about facts, it's about stories. And sometimes, those stories resonate more deeply with our cultural identity than the cold, hard truth." So how do we balance the rich tapestry of myth with the rigorous demands of scholarship? The answer lies in education and critical engagement. By presenting both the myth and the evidence, educators and historians can help audiences appreciate the complex interplay between narrative and fact. Efforts to include indigenous voices in the conversation are particularly important. For too long, the narrative of the mound builders was filtered through a Euro-American lens that obscured the true achievements of Native American cultures. Today, there is a growing movement to reclaim this history, ensuring that the story of these ancient peoples is told in a way that honors their legacy. As we move further into the 21st century, technological advances and interdisciplinary research promise to shed even more light on the past. High-resolution imaging, remote sensing, and advanced dating techniques are revolutionizing our understanding of ancient societies. These tools are not only confirming the achievements of indigenous peoples but also challenging us to think about history in new and exciting ways. The legacy of the mound builder myth is a testament to the enduring power of storytelling. It reminds us that our understanding of the past is never fixed. It evolves with every new discovery and every fresh perspective. In embracing both the myth and the evidence, we can gain a richer, more nuanced understanding of who we are and where we come from. Today, we've journeyed through the fascinating evolution of the mound builder myth, from its origins in early sensationalist accounts to its persistence in modern pseudo-archaeological narratives. We've seen how early Euro-American interpretations gave way to rigorous scientific inquiry, yet the myth still captures the public's imagination with its promise of lost civilizations and ancient giants. At its heart, the story of the mound builders is about more than just disputed archaeology or sensational theories. It's about the power of myth to shape our cultural identity and spark our curiosity. Whether viewed as a cautionary tale of historical misunderstanding or as an enduring symbol of the human desire to connect with a mysterious past, the narrative of America's lost peoples continues to invite us to explore, question, and discover. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the myth of the mound builders and ancient giants. If you enjoyed this exploration, be sure to like this video, subscribe to History Unveiled for more in-depth historical investigations, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. What aspects of this myth do you find most intriguing? And what other historical mysteries would you like us to explore next? Remember, history is a tapestry woven from both fact and folklore, and it's up to us to piece together the most accurate picture of our past. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and as always, stay curious.